best way to describe Suicide Squad is like Guardians of the Galaxy, except DC, and except way better and not like really overrated. Once again, surprise, surprise, a DC movie is divisive, and I really, actually this time, I don't get it. I don't. Batman v Superman, if I may bring it up one last time, has big problems that if you can get past, there's still a good action movie underneath. Whereas Suicide Squad is just awesome. I'm getting suspicious that it's just Marvel fanboys now. Hey Rotten Tomatoes, there's a new movie coming out. We want you guys to... Is it a Marvel movie? Well, no, it's a DC movie. Is it directed by Christopher Nolan? No. 30 out of 100. Aren't you even gonna watch it? No, I don't need to. It's a DC movie. They're always crap. Where's that petition at? If you see it in IMAX, they do like a customized countdown with like laughing and like the asylum, and the numbers are all green and purple and all like neon. I love it when they do that. And just the music and the logos and the look of it, and just like, yes. The movie's technicals are good across the board. The sound design's really good. There's a part where the helicopter's like dive bombing and it's releasing all these flares, and those sound really cool. The action is thoroughly entertaining. There's a little more cutting than I would like, and a little more than perhaps is necessary, and there's some super exaggerated slow-mo, which I never had a problem with slow-mo. I don't know, other people think it's kind of cheesy or stupid. At least it slows it down so that the 24 frames per second in a theater allows you to actually appreciate the resolution on stuff and just not see blurs. I'll take it over shaky cam every day of the week. And the look of the movie's really good too. Harley Quinn's white, pink, and blue just really stands out in all the cityness. I like everyone's costumes an awful lot. The movie's soundtrack is also just completely and utterly phenomenal. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. The Batman v Superman is where your choir and your drums belong. I totally get the song-heavy soundtrack. It works very well. And just the opening character montage where they're like describing everything. Some people are like, oh, it's just excessive flashbacks. I'm like, how else are you gonna do it? That is a very time-efficient way of introducing all these characters. Deadshot's in particular is fantastic. Now, Batman cameos in this movie, like the fact that you showed him in the trailers as much as you did, made it seem like Batman would have a bigger part. And I'm okay with Batman not having a bigger part, because that's all he does. He cameos, and it's great, but like, you shouldn't have shown him in the trailers then. I mean, aside from that and Joker, which we'll get to in a second, I think the marketing is very solid. We didn't know the villain, we didn't know the plot, like, at all. I think it kept a good chunk of the movie hidden, and I'm thankful for that. And it's such a roller coaster, too. It starts out with this, like, gangster rap thing when he's, like, doing his assassinations, and he's cracking jokes, and is like, now double it for being a dickhead. And then it jumps from that immediately to this super emotional thing with his daughter, and is like, how they're in such a broken household, and like, I love how he doesn't even have the heart to tell his daughter that he's a hitman, and he's like, that's not true. She's lying to you. Oh my god, man, you're doing so... I was just amazed how quickly and effectively that changed tone, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm tearing up now. And then Batman shows up, and he surrenders because his daughter won't let him shoot Batman. Is it just me, or does Will Smith always have a daughter in these movies? Harley Quinn's backstory was great too, and just you see the Batmobile just pull behind the purple Lamborghini. I feel the beginning really well ties like DC Comics Batman lore into this whole Batman, Superman, realistic, grounded, superheroes are coming, how do regular people deal with it thing very, very well. Batman v Superman was the sequel to Superman. This is the one that makes it feel like a universe. Really started to expand DC. The casting in this movie is just fabulous. Margot Robbie is completely perfect as Harley Quinn, aside from two things. One was that really long joke in the trailer where she's like, the voices inside the head, I'm kidding, that like goes on forever, and they showed it in the trailer, and it was just dead silence in the theater, and that was kind of eh. And then the one line at the end where she's like, you messed with my friends. I'm like, you didn't earn that. Other than that, though, how she's constantly introducing herself as like, Harley Quinn, nice to meet ya. And how she's flirting with everybody, and the expression on her face as she sees her hammer and onesie and the little chest. Absolutely fabulous. Margot Robbie totally stole the show. I hate saying that. I'm never gonna say that again. That was stupid. Will Smith also totally stole the show. I love how he is by far the most like reasonable and grounded one, despite also, you know, being a killer. And he's constantly trying to keep Harley in line. He's like, hey, Harley! Margot Robbie is the transformative performance where that's like, you are acting, and it's fantastic. Same with Jared Leto. Now, as much as I love Will Smith, he does play a Will Smithy character. Like, you're not gonna win any awards for Deadshot and Suicide Squad, but doesn't mean you weren't just fantastic in the movie and super entertaining to watch. Rick Flag I like a lot too. He and Deadshot have their thing. I like how Deadshot is like, everyone else is like plotting to kill Flag, and Deadshot's like going up and palling around with Flag and being like in their little command ring. Rick Flag was the guy that was originally supposed to be Tom Hardy before he dropped out, and a lot of people are like, oh, Tom Hardy would have been way better, I didn't like this guy. I thought Rick Flag was fine. I'm like, oh yeah, he's the good, righteous American guy. And then Amanda Waller shoots a bunch of people. Amanda Waller also very, very good. And for her, that worked because like, okay, wow, you're the asshole, you're the terrible person. But then Rick Flag was just like, no, it's fine, I'm not judging. I'm like, okay, that makes Rick Flag an asshole then too. So that was the one scene that I wasn't really a fan of. Deadshot's reaction when he walked in on it was perfect and very in character. But I don't know about Flag. That makes Flag kind of a terrible person. Jai Courtney's Captain Boomerang 2 was great. Another director would have had Jai Courtney play Rick Flag, and he would have sucked. But making him the big, dumb Australian idiot with the mutton stash chops was just the correct idea. El Diablo, this is the guy that adds the diversity. I don't mean in terms of race or gender, but the fact that he is the most powerful and yet the most unwilling to fight just added a lot to the movie. Now, when you have this many people in the movie, Killer Croc, Slipknot, and Katana are gonna get skirted to the sidelines, and I'm totally okay with that. At a point, you have to make a decision who you want to spend time with, and I was completely indifferent about these three, and I couldn't have cared less if they were good or not, because the movie already surpassed its quota for good characters. And then Joker. Okay, so my first problem is that he does complete jack shit in this movie. I didn't think he would be the main antagonist or part of the Suicide Squad, but I thought he'd at least matter in the movie, and he doesn't. He shows up, makes out with Harley Quinn, shoots a gun, laughs, and then leaves. You could pull Joker from this movie, and the plot would be no different. And that was really disappointing. Now, Joker himself, though, I like. I'm okay with this different interpretation of it. I love his eyes, I love his teeth, I love the white skin and the bright green hair. I love how he looks. I'm just not a big fan of the whole chain necklaces and gangsta Joker. And I think he's a little too twitchy, kind of crazy. Like, the same problem as Lex Luthor, but not even close to the same spectrum. I feel Joker should be mostly normal and then just out of nowhere shoot somebody. Like, you look at the club scene when he's with Harley Quinn. That's the scene I don't like, where he is all, that's just a little too much. It's the scene where he's talking to that black site security guard who was messing with all the inmates, who was great, by the way. He was awesome. Comedic relief, who wasn't annoying. Well done. It's when he just starts like touching him and rubbing his hands all over him, and he's like, blah, 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 but he's like touching him and is like, ugh. That was unsettling. That was good. Like when he's shooting the AK out of the chopper and he's got that look on his face, like, that was okay, that was good. And then the other big thing is that this movie had all kinds of behind-the-scenes drama. David Ayer did the script in like 6 weeks. There were competing edits of the movie, and the studio is like, oh, we gotta make sure we deliver on the tone that this trailer did so people aren't upset. Then there were reshoots and all that, so I think on the whole that did not affect the movie negatively. The only place where I notice it is with Joker. Jared Leto was saying in interviews, is like, are there any scenes they didn't cut? And it's like, clearly there was way more Joker originally. And also this thing that I wanted to state that I forgot about because I'm really messy when I write notes and because I couldn't decide to put it in the action category or in the Deadshot category, so I'm just going to say it right here, right now. When Deadshot stands on the car and he just starts shooting everybody and the music's all like... That was awesome. From the beginning of the credits up until that scene in the bar, I think the movie holds its good pace and holds its steam very, very well. It's after that I feel like it kind of loses it a little. I mean, it's like, okay, there's just another big light shooting up in the sky, okay, and we're just gonna win essentially by saying, we're the Suicide Squad, bitch. Through the power of friendship. That was really, really dumb. And also Enchantress, the villain, the actress is super, super attractive, but when she's like there in her witch outfit and there's like CGI everywhere and she's just like dancing there and talking in her like creepy deep witch voice, I am totally 50-50 split. I cannot for the life of me decide if that is really, really hot or really, really stupid. I can't. I'm back and forth every time I see it. But yeah, when Diablo's like, I already lost one family, I ain't gonna lose another, that was like, I get it, you're a little crew now that you've been together, but that's too much. You're pushing this too hard. But then Killer Croc throws the dynamite into the thing, and Deadshot's gonna shoot it, and they make it like it's this big, intense, slow motion. It's like, he's Deadshot, of course he's gonna hit it. So there wasn't really a lot of tension there. It just shows the rain on his face in slow motion, and then his daughter appears, and that was retarded. Then we have to have another death fake out again when Enchantress bites it. And I think that's the one scene in the whole entire movie that wasn't great. But other than that, the movie was completely awesome. Suicide Squad is worth a 9 out of 10. Wait for them to ask you who you